Hey everybody, Mac Turner. I'm out here in the new depot, standing in front of the old scales that were in the old depot, circa 1870. And I want to tell you a little bit about how this project came to be from my perspective. About 7 years ago on Facebook, some of us started talking about some of the changes in Ackworth in the late 60s and early 70s. And one of them was the kind of the demolition and moving of the old depot. And I guess I kind of got involved in it a little bit, and somebody dared me to kind of do something about it. So that led to a 2 or 3 year effort of a group that we assembled to try to save the old depot. That didn't work out. We fell short. We had a lot of good people to donate, but we just couldn't we couldn't get it done. And that effort fell short, and I think it was June of 2015, and we pretty much thought we were done. But the city, I guess, felt like that maybe we'd put enough effort into it that something needed to happen. So I give them all the credit. They stepped forward, and at the Christmas party in 2015, they announced that they were building this beautiful facility here today. We attended, and we were just all ecstatic about it. And they've got an incredible facility here. We would have liked to have saved the old building, but this thing is really beautiful, and I don't know that we could have recreated the old one to make it look like this. So we're really proud of it. Like I said, it's getting ready to open back up June 1st after the pandemic here. So I'd recommend, if you haven't seen it, come in and check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I'm going to be moving around in here showing you some other things that are in it. So thank you, everybody. I've moved on around here now to see the storyboards. Kennesaw State did these. They're done beautifully. And I say, if you come in this facility and you don't do anything but read these storyboards, I think there's 11 or 12 of them in here, you will learn, guaranteed to learn something about Ackworth you did not know. They're really thorough. They got a lot of interesting pictures on them. For instance, this one here is a picture of the modern day City Hall, picture of Mary McCall, the former mayor, and Doyle Hill, the first black councilman in Ackworth, and some more class pictures. But these are scattered all the way through here. And like I say, if you don't do anything but read them, you're guaranteed to learn some Ackworth history. I've moved around a little bit. I'm over here right now in front of our display cabinet. This cabinet came out of the old Durham Brothers drugs, circa 1895. We have some real neat stuff in it. Occasionally we change it out. As you can see, we have some old yearbooks from the Ackworth High School, 1940s, 50s. We have a couple of diplomas from in the 1920s. And of course we have artifacts from the banks and some of the service stations, the Collins Funeral Home. And if you look over here, that picture made of a Ackworth graduating class, I think around 1950 in Washington, D.C. Some of the coats and Clarks, these were actually hanging in the mill, and they're real neat. If you hadn't been up to see it, we have an old radio back here that was in the Durham Brothers drugstore. And if you notice, we even have some thread here from the Coats and Clark mill. So we do rotate this out occasionally. It's always going to have some neat stuff in it. We've got plenty of stuff to rotate in it, so you need to come check it out. And also on the bottom are some ledgers from the Macmillan mercantile store back in the 1800s. So anyway, I think if you come up and slowly check some of this stuff over, you'll find we have some really neat stuff. I've moved over now in front of the screen. We got about a 50 or 60 inch screen in here. And we have probably close to 2,000 old pictures. We rotate them on here every now and then, but we have some incredible old pictures. And if you hadn't been up here to see them, they loop on here, and I think we keep about 70 or 80 at a time on here. So as you can see, we really have some incredible pictures. Right here is our sign-in sheet for guests coming in. We have a couple of artifacts on this. Here is a train schedule for like 1870. And here's an old copy of an old Western Atlantic Railroad 25-cent ticket. We also keep our Save Ackworth History Foundation brochures here. And here's kind of a copy of a ticket window that you might have seen in like an old depot. We think that's pretty neat. So again, if you haven't been here, we'd highly recommend you come up here, check it out. And we're also going to be putting some new stuff, some surprises in before the depot opens on June 1st. That'll be this coming Monday.